What's up, YouTube family? It's Andrea and Ben here at VW Family Farm. I got him with me on a video today. We are going to take y'all around and show you the greenhouse. Today's the day. What are we doing in that greenhouse, Ben?
I am picking my lemon.
We're going to pick the lemon and we're going to show you around, and then I'm going to show you around outside what we've got growing. We're actually picking Ben a salad for lunch. I'm going to be eating soup because I've not been feeling that great lately, and so salad is a little bit harder on your stomach, so I'm going with soup today.
I don't do soups very often, so I'd rather have a salad.
So we're gonna go pick lunch and take y'all around and just spend a little time together. So let's go.
You like that?
And this is what happens every time I come in this greenhouse, because it's so humid and warm in here, which is a great thing for the greenhouse, but I can't see. Hope y'all are there.
I actually walked out here this morning and we had some pretty cold weather last night, and I forgot to turn the heat on. I walked in and looked at the thermostat there. It was 34 degrees in here.
Oh, are the fish okay?
The fish are fine. What I could tell this morning, I think everything's gonna be fine. Tomato plants and all that still look good, but I come in here and turn the heat on pretty quick.
And the good thing is, they're still in here in protection. Even though it got cold, they're not getting frosted and everything on them.
But as soon as I let the heater, I cranked it up in here, it got 40 degrees pretty quickly. So
it's hot in here right now.
It is definitely hot. What's the temperature back there? It's 86 degrees, so it's nice and toasty in here. I do got sad news. I delayed and with other projects and everything going on. My papaya that was here, it started rotting. I didn't pick it soon enough. Big fail on my part. I don't want that to happen to the lemon, so we are going to pick it today.
So we learned a lesson. We'll pick the papaya sooner in the future.
Alright, I sent in a request the other day and got me a few blueberry plants. I got these two from Grower Solutions. They're the kinds that'll do better here in the south. It's a Climax blueberry and a Legacy blueberry. And then this right here is one of my favorite trees for pollinators. This is a tulip poplar. When our tulip poplar in the backyard blooms, it sounds like a helicopter back there with all the bees just going crazy over all the blooms. I love that tree. I want another one, so I may plant this one in the front.
So like we've told you, Grower Solution is who sells the floating row cover that we've really enjoyed, but that's not all they have. That's where Ben got these bushes and trees. There's a coupon code below, so be sure and use that if you shop there. Why not save yourself a little money? So let's move on and see what else we got going on in here.
Alright, back during the fall we tried an experiment in here with these grow bags filled with perlite and put carrot seeds in them. We've got a few carrots growing. I ain't gonna say they're doing amazing, but they are doing fairly decent around the edges. I think I need to add some vermiculite to that for more water retention. The perlite is more, it retains water, but it's more of a nutrient retention. So we've got that bag, and then this bag here. Looks like some of it may need to be thin. Like I said, I'm just experimenting. That's what I like to do in the greenhouse, is play around with different things. A tomato for my salad.
And the tomatoes seem to just go crazy in here with the tropical climate that we keep in here.
Yes, they do. They grow really well in here. They'll just bush out. I need to figure out some way to hold them up, trellis them up, but I can't poke a hole through my lining in this thing.
Right.
We got a few elderberry cuttings we threw in here. Just like the sweet potatoes, I'm throwing them in the water, and this is all the time circulating. So I've got fresh water flowing by them, and they are starting to bud. Alright, for my salad today, I'm going to have one of my heads of mere lettuce here. A little tomato there. Don't want that leaf for sure.
And while we're standing here, why don't you talk about that pepper right there? There's two of them actually.
Well, there was a few of them in here. I just threw some voluntary seeds out of a pepper that I eat when we was visiting Baker Creek. This is a Leysa, L-E-Y-S-A pepper plant. It is one of the sweetest bell pepper plants that I have ever tasted. I will be ordering more.
And they were huge peppers.
Yes,
huge,
they were
beautiful
nice.
Red peppers. I guess they were growing them for seed when we were there this summer.
Yeah, and they told us to taste one of them. Oh man, we picked it right off the vine. It was delicious. I will be ordering some more of them seeds. Down here I got a bell pepper, King of the North.
We've never been super crazy about that.
I think I'm going to take it out. It's got a little more heat than we like.
And we don't want it to make these Leysa peppers hot being close by. We've had that happen with that plant.
I'm going to tell you what, if you want some vining greens that just keep reproducing and keep, this right here, these are the seedlings that fell off. These are where I cut the plants out. All these right here are little bitty seeds that when they fall, well, I smushed that one, it's not quite dry yet. When they fall, they're falling back in the water and on the ground. They grow everywhere.
They're on the floor. I'm showing your flip-flops, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
They're all over the floor. This is Malabar spinach, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. We've grown it. We have success with it outside, inside. Like I said, I don't know if you can see. It's all over the floor in here even, just in the gravel.
Back here.
All right, let's do this. Let's do it.
This is our first lemon off this tree.
I feel like this is like we're having a baby or something.
Is that not beautiful?
Such proud parents.
Just sit there and admire that thing for a minute. I think let's have a little glass of lemonade today.
Let's have just a little moment. You can see right here is a little bit of bok choy, and then we've got a whole lot more right there. Isn't that beautiful? And that's really good to stir fry for breakfast.
Got a little bit of purple bok choy in there.
Yep.
There's some little ones underneath. We need to cut some of that and eat it. I think I'm gonna throw a little bit of this purple lettuce in my salad today. Man, that's some pretty lettuce. I think that'll be enough of that green.
So here's the cucumbers. These are actually parthenocarpic, which is just a big word meaning they'll grow in here because they don't require pollination to produce cucumbers, which is something we struggled with until we researched and learned about that.
They do not require a male and female flower to produce the cucumbers. All the flowers on here will produce a cucumber. So all these have got little baby cucumbers on them. And that's what you want when you're inside of a greenhouse and don't have pollinators. Get me a little bit of kale.
You can see we got some kale here and some amaranth. More future salads. And then I've got a couple, that's a pretty sickly looking basil plant that needs trimming. And then I've got some marjoram and some thyme in here.
What kind of thyme you got? You got all the time in the world?
All the time. While we're in here, we may as well look at those fish we were talking about. And then I'm going to take you out and just take you around the yard and show you. I actually still have some things growing outside, even though it's December. So let's do that too. All right, I hope y'all can see this.
All right, if you're new to our channel, we raise tilapia in here, and this is what feeds all of our grow beds inside of our greenhouse. It's an aquaponics setup. I've got a little automatic fish feeder here, but let's see if they'll come up. I don't think they're gonna. Once this water gets so cold, them fish get really slow moving. Yeah, it's pretty cold. You can see I've got heaters in the water, one on each side, to help keep it a little warmer, and that also helps keep my greenhouse a little warmer.
Maybe y'all can see them down there on the bottom though. I think you probably can. So here's some of that beautiful stuff under the row cover. You can see the beautiful Chinese cabbage. We got heads of regular cabbage, quite a few actually. Actually still got some lettuce growing out here. It's amazing what can grow when you keep the frost off of it. So that's what we've got under the row cover, frost blanket, whatever you want to call it. Things are doing really well under there, still growing, producing. We're able to pick salads and things from under there. It's really nice this time of year to be able to go out and pick some fresh greens. So I thought I'd show you the few other things I've grown in the yard before we wrap this up. So while this herb bed looks pretty spent this time of year, there still is fresh herbs to be harvested. You can see some oregano. Over here, you can see some little sprigs of cilantro, which I love the flavor of cilantro. Of course, the sage is still thriving and doing well. These are spent echinacea flowers, so I actually could dig these roots up and tincture some of those for immune boosting. All right, here's the little carrot bed we planted late fall. It's done excellent in this raised bed with the perlite in here keeping it loose. This bed right here with the carrots could stand to have some row cover over it, which that's why I kept the pieces that got caught in our fence a week or so ago during the tornado scare, so I could put over places like this small little bed. They're still doing good. I'm harvesting really small carrots, but they're really good to throw in salads. I don't even peel them. I just wash them and trim them up a tad, and we just eat them whole, and they're really delicious. And of course, this big beautiful rosemary. I love to just pick a few sprigs of this and take it in the house to smell good. It's been here for several years, doing really well. It's over on the east side of our house. It gets morning sun, but not afternoon hot sun, and it's just thrived here. All right, this is really the only other thing we have growing right now is these strawberries. I have high hopes for these come about April. Hopefully there will be lots of strawberries in our future. So as you can see, there's still stuff that can be grown in the winter. There's still beautiful things to walk around the yard and look at and enjoy. I hope some things are growing for you guys. I hope that you are still being able to harvest some winter greens and things like that. We're also doing some sprouting inside. I want to do more of that. That's a great way to get greens in the winter. So it's a great time to be growing a few things, but it's also a great time to be planning for the spring. I love Thanksgiving and Christmas, but as soon as Christmas is over, I just start longing for spring. I do it every single year. I love spring when everything starts waking up, the days start getting longer. So get those Baker Creek catalogs out, start getting a plan, getting things ordered. We're hopefully gonna have some gift certificates and some seed catalogs to give away to you guys from Baker Creek really soon, so be watching for that. Also, right now, it's actually probably a few weeks late, but it's still very doable. You need to be planting your onion seeds if you're in any type of zone like we are. Get those sprouting, because if you buy onion sets at the vegetable stands in the spring, you notice they're pretty thick and hardy. They may be short, but that's because they've been trimmed, but they're really thick and ready to go, and then they produce an onion pretty quickly in your garden. That's because they've had them growing for a while and trimming them back. And so if you're like us and you plant them too late, when it comes time to plant them in the garden, they're still small and skinny and spindly. So get those going ASAP. There's awesome onions in Baker Creek's catalog that just came out. Ben and I were dreaming about some last night. So be checking those out and just be enjoying planning for next year, because that's part of the fun of it. And we'll see you guys later. God bless.